Alright, let's get right into it. So in this variation, the string that you must abuse is this right here. This is your go-to string in this variation. Let me explain to you why. So you have your stance, right? You have an overhead, very unsafe, and you have a low, very unsafe. You can cancel, and then you have this move, which you are safe. But here's the thing. So when it comes to the first thing you want to do is that right there. You're like 7%. What's the point of this? The reason why you want to do this, first of all, if nothing goes as planned, you're completely safe. So there's that. But if you land it, this is where all your pressure comes in. You have the hit advantage of 11. So meaning, after I land this move right here, this gels, and this gels. Now, this also, the low does gel, but the problem is that it's kind of tricky. You have to be very precise. Not only that, but your opponent could actually back jump out of it, and it will whiff completely. So, there's that. So now, when you land this, one thing that you can do is you land it, this, into a grab. That's always really good to do, just to change the tempo of the match. Or, you can do this, and they decide to disrespect you, boom, crushing blow, and they're going to eat a lot of damage. So there's that. Another thing that you could also do is throw this, also grab, or you could actually do a mix-up element. Is this, and go into an overhead or low, and then that, you can start mixing them up. But at the same time, if they guess right, you're kind of fucked. You're going to get punished pretty hard. Another thing that you could just do is just be completely safe and do it again. And if it lands, boom, more pressure. So it's ultimately up to you. Is that you could do like 50-50s in a way. You can stagger into grabs. Like you could even do this right here. They're expecting all this shit, and then they get grabbed. So there's a lot of things you can do. But another very underrated thing to do, like if I really want to end the round, is I do this, and then instead of doing the overhead, you could actually cancel and go into a low, or grab them. So now the next string I want to talk about is this right here. This is another string that really gets benefit by the misery blade or whatever it's called. It's because you could cancel out of it, and you could also be completely safe, or you can go for a low at the same time. You could do this, but it's not really worth it to do that because it's not a true combo. So there's that. One thing I like to do a lot is this right here, and then also get my pressure back, or do that right there. And this is really good in this variation. So it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if the overhead, the low, the cancel, I'm going to be, completely safe, and then pressure you from there. It's just like, there's so many things that you can do with this string right here. So this is a really nice string to have, and it has really good range, like ridiculous range. So there's that. Now another one that I don't know how I really feel about, but is this kick right here. Here's the thing. This is not a true combo. So if this kick lands, it's not a true combo. They could block the overhead. This is a true combo, but the problem with this is that if your opponent blocks it and you go to your stance, doesn't matter what you do, you could get poked out. The only thing that you can do is that right there. So if they block this, you know, they try poking you, they're gonna get hit. But the thing is, let's say it does land, nothing got done. So that's like the thing with it. So honestly, when it comes to this right here, what you're gonna want to do is just keep it safe, going for a grab, or do this, or cancel. I don't really like to go for mix up with this kick right here. So just, I don't know, it's up to you. This can work. You know, if your opponent if their like reaction time is not there, it can work, because a lot of people are just not really aware of the overhead. So you could do that, but at the same time, if they block this and you go into your stance, you're kind of fucked. You know, so that's another thing to take in consideration. So yeah, so when it comes to Scorpion's, this his third variation, um, honestly, my favorite thing to do is just this shit right here. You get tons of hit advantage off of strings you really regularly wouldn't. Like this, you're +9, okay, and this one, you only have the hit advantage of 1. And even this, you could even add a mix-up element to this string right here too. It's like you can go double low. Let me see. That again, it's not a true combo. That's why I'm not really a big fan of it. But you could also do, you know, get somewhat of, you know, of pressure. But for when it comes to benefiting strings, this is probably this string and this string are probably the least. But the main ones that it does is this bad boy and this bad boy. So this is going to be your go-to right here. So yeah, so I hope you guys learned and enjoyed. I'm going to make a part 2 about, you know, this bad boy move next. So yeah, look out for that. So I'll check you guys later. Deuces.